Hi, and welcome to this vocabulary lesson because we are going to look at synonyms, collocations in context, and words that belong in the word family. I hope you'll stick around with me every single day, learn these 3,000 words with me. Similarly, similarly. I have heard it pronounced similarly, but that is a mispronunciation. It should be similarly, similarly, okay? Similarly. Here's a picture of two things that are exactly the same. Now, if we're talking about similarly, or the word similar, it can mean they're the same, or it can mean they're almost the same. And if I say similarly, then I'm talking about a situation. It can also or so. It's almost the same or the same. Similarly, the team improved its defense. Similarly, the coach adjusted the training schedule to strengthen performance. Okay, and I actually pronounced that wrong. I'm using the word defense as a noun here. The team improved its defense. When it's a noun, in this case, with like sports, it's called the defense, offense and the defense. Defense is used in military. The defense is still a noun. Interesting. Defense, defense. I think you can pronounce it both ways, but in the sports context, it's always defense. The team improved its defense. Similarly, the coach adjusted the training schedule to strengthen performance. This shows that similarly in a sentence links parallel ideas. So similarly is kind of a signal word. For example, if I don't know how I feel about this, but I know how I feel about this, and I know they're the same, then I know that I should feel the same about this one. It helps me understand the context of the sentence. Students are encouraged to annotate texts, and similarly important is the practice of summarizing key points. So first, let's understand this sentence. When you are reading something for academic purposes, you should annotate the text, underline, put notes out to the side. That's a very helpful technique for reading comprehension. Then you can also, and you should, take the paragraph that you just read and write a couple of sentences to summarize what the key points were. So again, we're using the word similarly important. Students are encouraged to annotate texts, and similarly important is the practice of summarizing key points. Here, it's using similarly to compare the emphasis. It's saying this is good and this is good. In academic writing, similarly is often followed by a comma and used at the beginning of a clause. For example, similarly, the second experiment produced consistent results. Okay, so what do we know from this sentence about the first experiment? We know the second experiment produced consistent results. The first experiment, because we're using the word similarly, we know that the first experiment was also positive. It also produced good results. She approached the negotiation cautiously. Similarly, cautious behavior was observed in her colleague. Okay, so we're talking about the kind of behavior. It's modifying adjectives here, and it's saying she was cautious, and so were her colleagues. Okay, I just used similarly. I used so to replace similarly in that sentence. The term similarly carries a formal, analytical tone, and it's frequently used in scholarly and professional contexts. Okay, so in English, we really don't like to repeat words. It's one of the reasons we have so many words to draw from. I use the word so in an informal way. I like chocolate. I also like ice cream. I like chocolate. I like ice cream. I'd use and also. I like chocolate and I also like ice cream. That's informal. I like chocolate. Similarly, I like ice cream. Okay, that's a little more formal. The opposite of similarly, is dissimilarly. Dissimilarly. There's no noun and there's no verb. The reason people will mispronounce similar is because they think it has the noun with simulation and simulate. Okay, and simulate is a very different word. It means to recreate it or to make something else that is kind of the same. So it has the same kind of idea. However, to simulate, that's why they mispronounce similar, but it's spelled differently with the U. So the noun and the verb might have the U in it. The adjective is similar, and the adverb is similarly. I really hope that you enjoyed this word. Research shows that if you know 3,000 words, then you can pretty much say anything you need to say. I hope I'll see you tomorrow, and please like and subscribe.